Now, the first way to beat women at their own game on my list today is to desexualize your mind. Yes, my kings. Now, it is a known fact that sex is one of the major tools women use to manipulate, control, and use men. So, if as a king you are able to control yourself sexually, you are that king who is able to look at a woman without thinking about her in a sexual way. You're able to desexualize your mind that you can just see women for who they are, for their personality. You can deal with women without thinking about them sexually. You are not that king who is controlled by your sexual urge, by your desire, that all the time you just want to follow through with whatever it is that you need to do to get that desire and that urge satisfied. Then, my kings, you would have been able to beat 80 to 90% of women at their own game, because you would have taken out one of the most powerful tools of manipulation that women have. So if you are able as a king to control your mind, desexualize your mind, make sure you can see women for who they are, see them as normal human beings without thinking too highly of them sexually, then you would have beat women at their own game. So yes, my kings, that is the very first thing you need to do to beat women at their games. Another way to beat women at their own game is to be able to handle chores. Yes, my kings, as much as this is no more a thing in our modern times, as kings can just simply employ someone to do chores for them or employ people to do chores for them, but still it is important that you realize and recognize that doing chores is one of the major tools women use to manipulate, use, and control men. Yes, it is real, even in our recent times, and even as easy as it is to get helps to do those things for you. Women still use it as manipulation tactics, as a way to play mind games with you. Now, here's the thing. If you're a king who can handle your own chores yourself, you can cook, you can clean, you can take care of your own things yourself. Now, a woman knows you don't really need her that much. So she wouldn't use all those things as a tool to manipulate you. Now, you see, when usually women will have issue with their men, you notice, okay, the next thing, the woman is starving the man. She's either deciding, oh, I won't cook for you, I won't do this, I won't do that. But if you're a king who can handle those things yourself, even when she does that, she knows it wouldn't have any impact on you, because you will be able to cook your own meal and eat your own food without having to beg her for her cooking or having to beg her for her to do anything for you. So yes, that is why it is very important that as a king, you will be able to handle your own chores. When you do that, you will take away the power of manipulation a lot of women have. Take, for example, like I mentioned, starving your food because she knows, oh, maybe you can't cook or maybe you can't handle all these little chores yourself. But if you're able to handle it, even if she wants to try, she would have it at the back of her mind that she cannot manipulate you with things like that. So yes, my kings, being able to handle chores is one of the major ways that you can beat women at their own games. Now, another way to beat women in their own games is to be interesting and know it. Now, my kings, a lot of women use this excuse that, oh, you are not an interesting king, to manipulate a lot of kings. Yes, you might know that you are interesting, but there's a way a woman would do it. There's a way she'll say it to you, and you begin to think truly you are not as interesting as you should be. That is why you should know that you have an interesting life. Make sure you have an interesting personality. Build yourself as an interesting king, so that when women come along and they try to make you feel like you're not interesting enough, there are instances where women are caught cheating and they will make excuses like, oh, the other guy was quite interesting, he was fun, so I didn't mean to do it, I love you, it was a mistake, please pardon me. And some kings will actually begin to believe them, thinking it is because they were not interesting enough that gave her the right to cheat. So please, my kings, make sure you are interesting and also know it, so that no woman can make you feel like you are not interested. Now, you would have beat her at that game because that is her tool. She's bringing that tool to make you feel like you are not interested and thereby beating you at your own game. But when you go ahead of her knowing that you are interested knowing that you are fun to be with. Now, when she tries to do those manipulations, you stand your ground and let her know you know you're an interesting man. She is just who she wants to be and has decided to do what she wants to do. And that way, you would have beat her at her own game. Another way to beat women at their own game is to not tolerate gaslighting. Yes, my kings, gaslighting is another tool women use to manipulate, control, and use men. But if you are a king who knows when you're being gaslighted, who can tell and sight when you're being gaslighted by a woman, you would have beat her at her own game. You would have, just handicapped her, because she would try to gaslight you. She would try to manipulate you by gaslighting you, making it look like you are the one who is wrong, trying to create scenarios where it looks like you are always wrong or you are not doing something right. Then at that point, because you already know that that is gaslight, you know very well the type of king you are. And for real, you have to make sure you are the type of king you really think and believe you are. This is what I mean. Make sure you are a good king. Make sure you're not doing anything wrong. Make sure that at least to your own best knowledge, you're doing your very best. So that whenever a woman wants to gaslight you, you know who you are, you know your worth, you know that that person she's trying to gaslight you into believing you are is not who you are. And by then, you would have beat her at her own game. Now, the last way to beat women at their own games on my list today is to be ready to let go. Now, my kings, I do not mean that when you're in a relationship, you should always be in a hurry to not even try working on your relationship when something goes wrong. That's not the point. The point here is have that abundance mindset where you know that you can always let her go and still get a good woman. Because yes, that is another manipulative tactics women use. They make you feel like you can never get someone better than them or you can never get someone like them. Now, when you have that mindset that she's the best woman you would ever come across in your life, now it is very easy for her to manipulate you. It is very easy for her to use you. It is very easy for her to control you. But when you have the mindset that you can always let her go and still get a woman who would even be better than her, then now she knows she cannot play that manipulative tactics with you, even if she has it in mind to play that, because you've made it known to her that you are always willing to let go. You can always let her go and still continue with your life and be fine. She will try her best to put herself in a space where she is controlled by you and she is ruled by you. She lets you be the head that you're supposed to be. So yes, my kings, that is another way to beat women at their own games, by making sure you're always ready to let go. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 ways to beat women at their own games. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do well to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.